So we're going to make this the stepchild corner.
Ooh.
Two best friends with the attention span of a goldfish. We'll literally talk about anything and everything, and at some point, we'll argue about it. It's time for the Arguing Goldfish podcast.
Actually murdering it.
Go for it.
So we're going to make this the stepchild corner.
Ooh.
So the other day, I'm sorry. Welcome back to Arguing Goldfish podcast with the wonderful Jake. The wonderful Justin. And me. Don't get it confused with Sterling. I don't even know where that motherfucker is. Definitely missing.
Do you know how much it cost for us to send him to the Met Gala last week?
I heard it cost a small fortune. There were child labor involved with that, and it was a little dicey, but it cost a pretty penny to outfit him.
I would go to the Met Gala.
Of course you would.
Hey, as long as somebody else is paying, I'm good. So, here we are. Back to this wonderful place. Are we allowed to mention it?
You can say whatever you want.
I don't even know what it's called. Pintago? Pintago.
Speaking of stuff at this point.
Because I'm Irish.
What does that have to do with anything?
You don't know about Irish and Italians? They don't get along very well.
I think you just made
Even
that
though I'm a mutt of both.
It adds a lot to your self-deprecation.
I'm not deprecating on anything.
We just went to breakfast the other day, and you said you were Polish.
I am Polish, Italian, and Irish.
50% each.
That's three halves.
And you're going to laugh when I say this.
We're already laughing.
I'm a far distant relative of Eli Whitney.
Really?
Yeah. He's in my lineage.
I'm going to ask Jake a question real quick. So just plug your ears for a second.
Yeah.
Who's Eli Whitley?
Wasn't he the cotton gin?
There it is.
This is why he's a smart one.
That's why I'm smart. I'm innovative.
By penile osmosis, he has gotten that knowledge.
I got myself here, didn't I?
By penile osmosis?
Well, I just followed a GPS. That's all.
Fair enough.
So what, you got a story for us?
Oh, yeah. So we're going through chores the other day at home, and I'm like pissed off because nobody's doing their chores, right? So I call one certain stepchild downstairs, and I go, "Hey, why aren't you doing your chores?" She goes, and her chore is washing dishes. She falls to the floor, starts crying, and goes, "I don't want to touch wet food."
Okay.
And I'm like, what? Normally we put no food in the sink. That would be the ideal option, right?
Ideally.
Yeah. So she's going through. She goes, "I'll do anything. I'll do anything. I'll clean up dog poop." I'm like, wait a minute. You won't touch wet food, but you'll touch dog poop?
Does she wear gloves with the dog poop? Or do you use a scooper? It's
Tissue.
tissue. So is that
Because you know
tissue?
we have two puppies.
So the tissue between the hand and the poop is okay, but barehanding some wet food, no dice.
No dice.
No dice. Okay, proceed.
No dice. No dice.
Real quick before you continue. Last week we did a pet peeves episode.
I was here for that.
I just think it's hilarious that I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but he's talking to us and playing Monopoly at the same time.
He is.
I am a
Yes.
multitasker.
Your ADD is out of control.
It is. My meds haven't kicked in yet.
You double it.
Well, it's funny. So
I'll take the heart arrhythmia.
I went almost a month without ADHD meds. because my doctor blocked me, so I wouldn't make an appointment.
It had nothing to do with the inappropriate penile text that you were sending.
Well, we put a top hat on it. Apparently, it's offensive.
Probably looked like a fancy earthworm.
Well, I put a little bow tie on it with a little.
Okay, so your stepdaughter is not doing chores and she throw a fit.
I'm not saying stepdaughter. I'm saying stepchild.
Okay, stepchild.
Yes. So now she's doing the floors, mopping, vacuuming, and all that. Guess what hasn't been done in a week since we've had this breakdown?
The dishes.
Definitely not the dishes.
How are you still playing Monopoly while
Because
doing this?
I have to do my daily stuff.
Proceed.
So anyway, I hear you're having more children.
No.
Oh,
What? Keep going with your rant.
I just don't understand it. The child is 16 years old. So then I go, what are you going to do when a job tells you to take out the trash or something? I just won't do it. I mean, you're going to be fired.
That's the mentality of these people. This is what you have to look forward to.
This is what I have to look forward
So
to.
another story about a stepchild. Now it comes to my other stepchild just got Saturday detention for letting somebody copy his paper word for word. So he goes, well, I didn't know he was going to copy word for word. And I said, okay, let me give you a real life scenario. You two walk into a store, you rob it. He shoots the clerk, right? But you didn't know he was going to shoot the clerk, but you're just as guilty. What?
It's a big leap going from copying a paper to accessory to murder.
I do have it. We've all been through school before, and then we realize how much of a joke it really is, right? Because
Yeah.
so who cares?
So I just graduated college by the grace of mercy. But you know how I got through it? Quizlet.
I want to get this.
I feel
get the slurping sound.
violated.
No, get the slurping sound. God damn, I'm wet. I just.
That's right, ladies. Did you hear that gargle? I mean, gentlemen.
Equal opportunity.
Okay, so your son,
I'm not saying son. I'm saying stepchild.
stepchild, got Saturday detention at the school,
Yes. At 8 a.m. in the morning.
which really is.
Who's punishing who here?
I say ultimately at the end of the day, it's a punishment for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever get to sleep in ever?
I can't say that live because I will get crucified at home.
No, but like, what's considered if you were off today? What would be considered a sleep in late day for you?
Probably like 12.
Holy shit! Wow. What time would you go to bed?
I don't go to bed until after everybody until like 1 a.m.
Gotcha.
It depends on if I worked the night before, if I'm taking a nap. So noon would be a sleep in for me. On a day off, I didn't work the night before. I'm off the next day. 6 a.m. is sleeping in for me.
Well, in all fairness, I felt like crap last night, so I didn't really sleep at all. And then the dog was up and down.
Pull that little fur ball up to your chin there. There you go. So you have to get up and drive your child
Yes.
to school at 8 a.m. for how long?
He's there for 2 hours.
Shut the fuck up.
Your whole morning
Yeah.
is ruined because they're punishing him.
Because the kid next to him decided to copy word for word.
It sounds egregious.
No, it sounds appalling. The fact that he, who's playing Monopoly, has to revolve. Like, now your whole day is shot. From 6 to noon, you're done.
And then we got a basketball tournament this weekend. So then I got to figure out how to get him, because we have early games on Saturday, now I got to get my mother-in-law involved.
All right, well, then let me ask you this. Are you not upset that he got in trouble at school?
Oh, I was upset last night. He got it.
But yet you took nothing away from him.
I did. I took his driving privileges.
Right, but he still has to go to basketball. He's
No.
still allowed to go to sports.
No, he wasn't the one playing sports. It's me.
I feel like you're the one being punished with all this because it shoots your day. Because you think about what you have planned for in the morning, you shifted that to the afternoon potentially. Whatever's going to happen in the afternoon got jacked up now.
Well, the
all for
problem
a
is-
2-hour detention.
Yeah, the school won't suspend anybody no
And
more.
it won't do anything. It's just going to be, okay, I just got to sit at school for 2 hours. Like,
Right.
Who cares?
Well, I think it's a deterrent. But this is like his third one this year.
So what happens? Does it accumulate? So if he gets so many more, he gets no. So he just keeps racking them up.
Correct.
So this is
It doesn't go on his record. It ends at the end of the year. It drops off. It's like an occurrence.
I'm upset. I'm upset for the fact that the parents are upset. And I have a story that can kind of go along with this if you can entertain me for a minute. So my father and my half brother, so meaning my brother from my father and his wife. So it's my half brother. My half brother was a hell on wheels child. And he got in trouble by the police. So the police arrested him as a child. So he was like 15 years old, got arrested. They called my dad at home and said, "Hey, we have your son here at the jail. Come get him." And my dad said no. So they let
Good for him.
They let my dad slide for a few hours. After about 6 hours, they called back and said, "You have to pick your child up." And my father said, "Absolutely not. He's not going to learn anything if you keep allowing him to come home."
Correct.
So they came to the house and arrested my father.
For what?
What?
For neglect?
I'm not sure what the charge
child
was,
abandonment.
but that they arrested my dad, and my dad knew that because they told him, "We're going to come to your house and we're going to arrest you." So my dad took a shower and got dressed, and he was ready for because he's like, "I'm absolutely not picking my child up." He broke the law to make him pay for it.
Well, that's what I told my kids. I said, "Go ahead and break the law. I ain't coming to get you." Well, you have to post this bail. Why do I have to post bail for your mistake?
Well, unfortunately, that's until they turn 18, you're in charge.
Right, that's what I keep trying to tell them. I said, if you don't, these are small behaviors. And yes, it seems minute to us, like it's nothing consequential, right? But that behavior becomes more behavior later on.
Exactly. Stuff builds up.
Correct.
It becomes
And that's what my
habitual
other
and
stepchild
things
doesn't
continue.
understand, that she goes, "Well, you're just hard on me because you want to be." No. Your room's a fucking disaster. You go to an apartment and your landlord comes in for an inspection and he sees half the shit that we have in one room, you're gone.
Well, couldn't it also be the old thought process of they've never bought anything of their own, so therefore they're not going to take as good a care of it?
Well, it's funny because they say, "Well, this is my room." The fuck it is. You're on a lease.
So so his kids are obviously older than yours. What kind of after you hear this nightmare, what are you going to do to prevent this to happen from your side?
Boundaries that I've always been taught you get what you earn. So if you want something, you got to earn it. You do your chores. We got this electronic calendar thing, and in it you can put chores in it and stuff, and you get stars and points and stuff. So it almost makes it a game to do your chores. So trying to make it incentivized, but also if you don't earn it, you don't get it.
Not to sound like an asshole.
No,
we've done all those steps.
but here's the difference, though. Do you have the same problem with May?
No, so
Okay.
each child I have different set of problems.
Right, because and I mean this with no disrespect, because everyone has a stepkid these days. You didn't get to the foundation of the other two children as they would have with their mother and father. So they're learning from you. Granted, you've been in their life for a very long time.
Since they were 1 and 2.
Right. So yeah, I guess so.
No, and here's the advice I'll pass along to you. You can't treat each child the same. You can't set a concrete rules for both.
I don't know. I think I'm going to try to do that.
So meaning like
With my vast experience of 14 months of being a father, I'm going to...
No, but I'm just suggesting to you, if you do, you're going to find yourself. And the funny thing
16
is,
months.
so I rant and rave about what's going on. I do that at work a lot with you.
You rant and rave?
But I talk to other parents like outside. They're going through the same fucking problems. It's not just. I always thought it was just my children that are fucked up.
sure. Could it just be the age?
I think it's the age. It's a lot of rebellion. It's a lot of I know what I'm doing.
Sure, and they know everything, and you don't know anything.
Correct. So being the criminal justice graduate I am, so they go, well, I have the right to do this, and I have the right. Okay, tell me which amendment gives you that right. I don't know. So how the fuck are you going to sit here and preach to me? Come up with an amendment then we can have an argument, and then we can decide.
Could you just play it off as like you don't really pay that much of attention to it and just be like, ah, fuck it, he's just talking?
So there's a lot of behavior I just let go because it's not like with the oldest stepchild. I had to learn that I can't argue with her about everything. There's no she has ODD, opposition defiance disorder.
Oh, that's right.
So no matter what I do, she's going to be oppositional.
I just want to make sure I heard this correctly. You said that your stepdaughter has ODD.
Yes.
She's an oddball, is what you just said. Yeah, I hear that correctly?
No, it's ODD.
How do you spell odd?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm the dumb one.
But then I treat her a certain way where, C's and whatever grade she brings home is acceptable as long as she gets through the school, right? And then the younger two, they're not allowed to bring home C's. That's why I'm saying you have to treat. Which battle do you want to pick with her?
I haven't gotten that far. Again, 16 months of being a parent, one almost here, or second one almost here, that I want to treat them the same because I don't want them to be like you treat them differently.
And I get that all the time. Yeah, that argument flies. They try to go, well, you didn't do this to that. So, and here's a perfect example. I would yell at the older two for something. Oh, you didn't yell at May. I didn't yell at May because she's 5 years younger than you. So there's a different set of circumstances. So you're kind of lucky that you're having kids a little bit closer apart than I did, because I have kids that are 5 years apart.
Yeah, they're only going to be 16, 17.
So they're not that far away. So you can probably even the playing field, right?
Almost Irish twinned it.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a funny story about the ODD story with Ed? So we work in an environment, we work in a job where we take people to different studies. And he hung up the phone and he said, I have to take this patient down for an EEG.
Oh,
so I said, did they say, this is when he first started. So I said, and I said it with the seriousness that I could say it. I said, did they say EEG or EGG? Because it's two different calls and it's two different places.
Mind you, I've been doing this side of dispatching only for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean like 2 or 3 months.
I was still trying to learn what tests are for what. Because the continuous EEG, right? So that requires a nurse.
So I said to him, are you sure they didn't say EGG? And he's getting like flustered because he's like, oh, I just hung up the phone. I feel like kind of like
I started dialing back and she answers, she goes, hey, this is blah, blah, blah from the blah, blah, blah. I said, hey, did you meet? Never mind.
But I kept saying it's so serious. And he's like, are you sure? Are you messing with me? I was like, dude, an EGG takes a nurse. An EEG is a level 3 call. And I'm going back and forth with it. And you can tell he's upset because.
Now I feel like I messed up.
Yeah. And he doesn't want to. And again, he's new, so I don't want to mess up with it.
Because you know how it is downstairs. If you mess up sending the wrong level, people get pissed, right?
Oh, yeah, they get mad.
Yeah. So I was afraid. I was like, God, I thought I had it all set up, all perfect.
It doesn't beat the one that I did with a set of crew members that no longer work with us on the night of the April 1st. So March 31st, they came in, and back in the day, we were a lot slower, so we were able to sleep at night. And
I remember those days when I got sent over.
I sent a crew to another hospital. I called the other hospital to let them know I was going to do this, and I told them I was going to send a crew for a fake patient. The patient's name was Kareem Pie. So the crew, I wake them up. They go over to the hospital. They don't give me any flack because it's their job. It's like probably 2:30 in the morning. And they go over and they ask for the nurse for Kareem Pie. The beautiful staff over there overhead announced it. Nurse for Kareem Pie, nurse for Kareem Pie. And it took them a good 7 to 10 minutes for them to realize that it was cream pie. And they came back, and every year I reposted on Facebook, every single year.
Another funny story. So I used to know a person that worked at the place that does consults, right, for the state. And I'm sure you can fill in who I knew. So we were messing with another employee who was dead serious about his job. So I woke him up like 3 o'clock in the morning. I said, hey, can you do a radio check? This base station is having issues. He calls it, this is medic so and so from blah 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 blah. Radio check. He walks back in. He goes, "Hey, the radio works great." I said, "I know."
Okay, so you were speaking about your children, and they're not getting more defiant, but they're just getting older.
They're getting older. They read that they can do certain things, like from certain, like everything that one child argues with me is right from TikTok.
But you're about to end. So the boy is now driving age. He's 16.
Correct.
And the daughter is 17.
No, 16 and 15. He's on his learners.
Oh, 16 and 15. Oh, I see somebody walking towards us. Let's see. Let's do a time check. Oh, it's 9:17 in the morning. What time are we supposed to be here?
What's the reach on these?
I think it goes pretty far, but I don't want you to get in trouble with the people. So
yeah. I think we should just clap.
I don't want to be disruptive.
Yeah,
or we just keep going and pretend she's not even here.
Yeah. Well, we're getting a lot of stares because we're very famous right now. A lot of people are staring at it.
Very famous.
I can't keep the autograph.
Local legends.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
This place. No, we're just chilling out. We were waiting for you to come in, so we're just.
So first of all, you are, I don't know, 3 hours late, and then you come in here.
I like how they switched my presumption. My presumptions for the two.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Tasha, Tasha.
I do like your outfit. I like your outfit. I like your shirt.
This was horrible. I don't like coming down here. I'm not coming down here anymore.
What would you like to drink?
Cappuccino.
Cappuccino.
I'll go up and get it.
Half and half. You know what? Let's sign off.
You want to sign off? Well, so anything else you want to add about your? He's telling us.
Kidding?
We're done. We're done for the day.
Yep. Thanks for coming by. Hold on. We can actually use her. I'm ranting about my stepchildren, and I think that's the thing we have in common, is that we have some
Lovely stepchildren.
Yes.
I love my stepchildren. Cappuccino, yes, please. But I want to bring 5,000 things of sugar. And do they make crepes?
Yeah, try all these.
What is that?
This is everything Danish. This is the almond Danish scone. I don't know. So I was ranting about my stepchild because the other day she had a breakdown because I asked her. We've been asking her to do the dishes.
Yeah.
So she breaks down and goes, "I don't do the dishes because I don't want to touch wet food."
It gets wet when you put it in your mouth.
Just saying.
What did you tell her?
I told her she could do another chore, which hasn't been done for, I don't know, all week.
So you got an option?
Yeah, I told her she can do the floors, vacuuming, rug cleaning because of the
I don't
animals.
understand why people have to cook fruit in this stuff. I'm not gonna like this. Yeah, either do they have regular sugar? Do they have regular sugar?
probably sign
No.
off at this.
You just want me to put this close to my mouth because you guys put farts in it.
Oh, I definitely farted in it. You don't like that one?
No, actually, they're both very good. What did you guys do to that?
I murdered it.
What's in it?
It's just everything Danish, like everything bagel. Yeah, that's why I murdered it.
How long have you been here?
8:30.
Where are you guys parked?
I found a tiny little spot all the way down there
Yeah, I'm like, shit, now I don't even
because they
actually
closed it
remember
off
where.
because of whatever.
Yeah.
So you have lovely stepchildren too, right?
Yeah, but I keep my expectations low.
That's what I do now.
My sorry, I'm starving. My
good.
stepson, so his only chore is to feed the cats at night and to change their litter box. And I said, so sometimes he has to sleep a lot extra, because not doing anything is really hard. Huh? Thank you.
Oh, thank you. That's bigger.
Right, anyway,
How'd you get in a bigger cup?
what are you guys drinking? Arnold Palmer's or crack tea? Is it Arnold Palmer?
They call it something else here.
That's good.
Oh,
Do you need me to move?
No.
we're just shooting shit, really.
Yeah, I was just ranting about my stepchildren.
Oh,
What do you
okay.
think of that?
This one's good.
That's the everything, and then these two are.
I don't like fruit cooked in my food, but that's a little bit tasty, and that's pretty good. Look at my shirt. It's little skull guys surfing. Except my boobs like distorted. So
Where
you
at?
can't really
Let me
see it.
see.
So yes, let's talk about
Let's
the
talk about your
parking
drive here.
situation and the driving situation in Baltimore. Fucking sucks. It should not take 2 hours and 10 minutes to get from Carroll County to here. Thank you very much.
Maybe you should leave sooner.
2 hours and 10 minutes? Look at that little heart in there. That's so sweet. Aww.
Well,
Do it again.
they sense that you don't
This
have a
is how I
heart.
feel. This is my heart, and this is what it looks like when I have to go into Baltimore. Meanwhile, let's do this podcast about how much we love Baltimore.
I'm waiting for your drive. I'm gonna hear about your drive.
It was stinky, and then some cunt bag
Here we
over
go.
here. I'm trying to pull into a parking spot, and I
Is that the
literally
FEC
pull
we're
up
gonna be in
this way.
violation of?
I pull up alongside the car so I get back in, and this bitch pulls right into my spot. And there's nothing I can do because I'm afraid of people. So I just drove on away.
I would have loved to see you fighting.
No, I don't. I'm terrified of people nowadays. Huh?
You
What'd
gotta
say?
stay up here.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yes.
Why is yours isn't that far away?
Well,
I mean,
sorry.
yours isn't that close.
It is that close.
So much.
Let's trade.
I,
Put it right up to your mouth.
so what's the difference? I don't understand the difference.
Because you farted in the microphone.
That one was on my testicle.
Jesus.
That's why it's so warm and gooey.
How did you go? Did you
Speak-
guys do the thing yet?
We literally are just waiting for you to show up. So we were just talking about he wanted to rant about his kids.
So funny story about the testicles. We had an old person that we used to work with. He got gangrene.
Somebody we worked with had gangrene of their nuts?
I didn't say that. Just say, huh? Yeah, he's dead. So he got gangrene of the sac. So they had to relocate his balls into his leg.
Why wouldn't you just take them off at that point?
I don't know. So we were playing catch in a common area, right? The football hits his leg and goes. He goes, "Oh, my balls!"
I'm out.
So while she's getting her coffee already, which by the way looks really good, and we've been coming here for like the last 3 or 4 podcasts, and we just found out today that if you get a cup like this,
Yeah.
that the coffee refills are free. No,
They let you keep it?
no, it's free. Oh, I was just letting you.
No. Other way.
You just showed his face.
Oh, he doesn't care. Well, we have.
We've tried to play it that they're not in the same place.
Yeah, Ed's here right now, so Sterling shows up later.
I didn't know that.
It still cracks me up.
I thought that Ed didn't want to be on.
I'm surprised. I don't know.
What in the same fuck is going on in this place? Where the fuck did you?
The ponytail shot.
That's not my ponytail there, girlfriend.
Oh Jesus! So
I just parked my yacht. Give me a second.
So we've been coming here a lot, and unfortunately, I think we've done just about everything we can do down here in Fells Point. I was thinking about this the other day, and you might have to share that with her, but might have to make our way across the other side of the water.
On the water taxi?
I think the water taxi would be a wonderful idea.
With me, I want to be on the front. And my heart will go on.
That's exactly how it goes. That it was a exact Celine Dion.
You singing is exactly like me spelling. It's atrocious. But anyway, what's on the other side of the harbor? This is Fells Point. What's that?
Downtown.
Fed Hill.
Fed Hill. That's downtown. Inner Harbor.
Dundalk is actually behind us. But the funny thing, the reason why I said this is because Jake and I. What's the difference? You got to hold the mic there.
What's the difference?
They have teeth here.
And high credit scores. And higher credit scores.
Yeah, definitely over 700.
So, Jake and
I have to leave. Yeah, right.
Jake and I last week.
Where's your purse?
Over on somebody else's table.
Get on with it.
Jake and I carried.
So your ride here was pretty good?
Motherfucker.
It sucked.
Jake and I. Justin and I.
Jake and I did the nachos over at Cooper's. And I started looking for other places that had nachos, and they all seem to be over in Fed Hill. They seem to be like 4 of them in a row. So if we're serious about doing the who's got the best, I think that's what we might have to do.
I agree. I could definitely house some nachos.
Do we want to like move this way?
Where'd Sterling go?
I like it how he just manhandles the microphone, even though I said you got to share it 8 fucking times.
Yeah, he's very selfish. That's inappropriate.
You didn't tell me they had free water.
Everything you've had today is free.
Touche.
Thank you. Do you want to start your game? You want to end this now?
We'll end it now.
Yeah.
Play a game.
Let's play a game.
Let's play a game. All right, so
Let's play another game. Be here on time.
Someone send us
Why
off.
don't you?
Someone send us off.
Someone send us off. Since Ed won't share it with me.
Thank you
Say
for
like.
sharing this time with us. We'll see you in a little bit.
No. And then you got to like, share, and subscribe.
And hit the bell.
And hit the bell. Or I'll hit Tasha. Thank you.
The Arguing Goldfish podcast.
So funny story about the testicles.